Grey is primarily a comedy, although when I talk to people about it and say, it's called Going Grey, they go, ooh, and then I say it's about a widow, and then they go, ooh, and then I mention some of the song titles. Well, there's Going Grey, Death and Divorce, The Pain of Moving On, and then you see people just sort of, running for the door, and then I kind of have to say, no, it is funny. Yep, Going Grey is definitely a comedy, and most of the songs are, I think, funny. People did seem to laugh in the audience. The story of Going Grey is about widowhood primarily. That is what is at the heart of the story. But thrown in with that are things about getting older, about getting over something that you never thought you'd get over, about the guilt of moving on, and can you ever move on when you've lost someone that you've loved so much. So there's lots of things going on. Now that I'm older, now that I'm wiser, I have learned a thing or two. You want to be married, you want to be happy, make sure that you think it through. The main action in Going Grey takes place in the city of York, in a cafe on Shambles, and there's also a trip to Robin Hood's Bay in the second half of Act 1. So the musical is very firmly set in the county of North Yorkshire. My main songwriting influences would have to be the early musical writers, Cole Porter, Jerome Kern, George Gershwin, Noel Coward, and then going on to Rodgers and Hammerstein in that era. Particularly Cole Porter, it has to be said, because I think his marrying of the lyrics and the music is just something else. I'd have to mention the Pet Shop Boys. I liked them for a long time and still do. Don't let this put you off the show, but I do really like the Eurovision Song Contest, so I have to mention that. What makes Going Grey so enjoyable? You'd have to ask audience members that. I think as the writer I can't possibly answer that question. Certainly from the reaction I had from it last year, the comedy moments were the highlights, and those are the bits that people took away with them and remembered. He's like a gingerbread man, when you take a bite, get as much as you can. Question is, which part do you start with first? Funny enough, for me, the highlight is really the saddest bit in it, which is the song The Pain of Moving On. That's my favourite little bit in the whole show. Though one person that came along and was talking about it afterwards and what I might do with it if it was going to be kind of bigger and better, he did say, oh yeah, and that Graveyard song, you could just lift that right out. And I thought, I don't think you've realised what this is about. Yeah, it would be really fun to do an open-air performance of Going Grey. Perhaps we'll do it on the beach in Robin Hood's Bay when we get there in July. But I think it might have to be a bit warmer than this. Would I write musicals for a living? If somebody paid me, yeah. I'd find it hard to single out one favourite musical. Very fond of Chicago, Calamity Jane, South Pacific, Sound of Music, Anything Goes. That's already 5. See, I said it would be hard. Do I think Andrew Lloyd Webber has got competition? It's a toughie. Why can't our lives be idyllic and carefree? Do we have to take this hard and bitter course of death and divorce? And after Going Grey, Going White? The musical I'd like to write after Going Grey is going to be called The Pecking Order. I've already kind of thought of the storyline and I've thought of a few songs, but it's very much in its early stages at the moment. When people ask me how I got the inspiration for the title of The Pecking Order, I don't really know what to say.